Hi guys, so I'm actually going to do a tag video, and it's funny because I literally just saw this and I don't have anything to do for another hour, so might as well do it now, right? And I was tagged by Rath's Queen, who is one of my best friends on YouTube, on the blog community. Pretty much just, she's amazing. Go check her out. She's funny. She's a great person to get book recommendations from, so definitely please check her out. I know I always talk about her so much in my videos, but she really makes me laugh, and she's a great friend. So, she tagged me, so here we go. And I'm looking down because questions on paper. So, how many books are in your collection is the first question. And if I was just to tell you the books that I have here in my apartment, rather than the books I also have at my parents' house, which is in Washington, just the books here, I have about 200. I just counted. It's like 194, but I just rounded it up. I hope that's okay. I don't know. What books haven't you read that everyone else has? And I've read City of Bones, but I have not read the other books in the Mortal Instruments series. And I mean, I'm going to get to them eventually. I just feel like I have so many other books that I want to read before I get to that. But that, and they're like really thick books, so maybe I'll read them like, you know, around Christmas break or something. Book surprise to hate. Now, I'm not going to say hate because I don't hate any books. So I'm going to say dislike books. And the two that immediately come to my mind are Delirium, which that's another dystopian book. And a lot of times I'm really, really harsh on dystopian novels because I've read some really, really great ones. So I didn't really like it. You guys know why. But it had some good parts in it, and I'm probably going to read the second one just to see where it goes on, etc., etc. It was just one of those books that I didn't think needed to be a trilogy or a series or whatever it's being made into. I thought it could have been fine left with one book. The other book that I don't like, that I know a lot of people do, is Romeo and Juliet, and that's actually a play, so I don't know if this counts, but I don't like that play. I definitely don't think it's William Shakespeare's best play, for sure. Like, Hamlet is hands down amazing. Midnight Summer's Dream is awesome, but Romeo and Juliet, no way. I hated that so much. It was so, just no, not for me. What book has a super shocking ending? Now, I'm gonna say a couple of these that I'm sure you guys are familiar with that do have really shocking endings. Delirium has a very, very, very shocking ending, and it's kind of like, wow, like, that's crazy. I can't believe that happened. You know, whatever. I could believe that ending. That was crazy. That was the best part of the book, and I'm not saying it to be mean or something. Like, the best part of that book was the ending. Seriously, like, the last couple pages of that book was like the best part. Not because it was almost over with, but because that's actually when things happened. Another one is Nevermore. I was so upset to find out that after I finished Nevermore in the summer, that it doesn't come out until the following summer. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? That ending was crazy. I want that book now. I want it. Like, I keep thinking about it. Want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. Okay, favorite genre. I'm sure you guys already know what my favorite genre is. These are the books that I know the most about, and I could probably recommend as many as you want, depending on, like, if you want stuff with love in it, if you want just pure action, if you want, you know, I know what I'm talking about when I talk about the genre, and that's dystopian. I know dystopian. I know a couple of my friends, they're always asking me, like, Jessica, what dystopian should I read next? I'm like, well, what kind of dystopian are we talking here? Like, I get all, like, kind of, you know, I school them a little bit, I guess. But definitely dystopian. I love that genre so much, but it takes a lot to impress me with dystopians because I've read a lot of dystopian novels. So it has to be original. I don't like books that do the same thing kind of thing. I don't like that. So dystopian by far is my favorite genre. And that, I guess, that includes like, you know, post end of the world kind of thing. I like those books a lot too. So that kind of matches in because dystopian and end of the world are kind of together. So yeah, dystopian by far. You guys know that. If you don't know it, what are you doing? You need to watch some of my videos. Anyway, books I can't wait to come out. Everneath, which is a Hades and Persephone kind of thing again. I love those kind of Greek mythology kind of books. Those are fun to read. The Goddess Interrupted, which is the second book in after the Goddess Test. Can't wait for that book that comes out in January. That's going to be awesome. Or February. January. I know it was January before. So, what else? Above, that is an amazing, it looks like it's going to be an amazing dystopian novel. Like, I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. And Under the Never Sky, which is another dystopian. Characters. My two characters are kind of funny. I don't have favorite female characters. I like female characters, but I don't like female characters. I like female characters in romantic leads. I don't like them in like dystopian or anything kind of adventurous because they're very whiny, I've noticed. Ugh. So anyway, my favorite characters are Ron Weasley from the Harry Potter series. He just had like amazing character development. You basically grew up with him. I do prefer him over Harry. I like Harry. Harry's cool and everything, but Team Ron all the way. He's just awesome. He's such a great friend. He's so like he has his funny moments. He's definitely smart in certain areas. And he's just someone that you kind of want your best friend to be. And another favorite character, this one's kind of funny, but this is back from when I was like, had a school crush on him. Well, not like, it wasn't a school crush because he wasn't in my school or anything, but I just like was obsessed with this. And that is the Phantom from The Phantom and the Opera. I love that character so much. I don't know, like I can't really explain it to you guys. It's just like, I love that character. Like he's just so raw and he has his bad side and then he has his good side and I don't know. Maybe it's just because, you know, he's, you know, whatever. Let's not talk about that. Anyway, least favorite character. You guys, I think you might know who this is. And that is, drumroll please, Nora from Hush Hush Crescendo. And I was told that she's better in silence, so I will give that book a shot, even though I was upset with Crescendo of how she acted. But I do not like her character. She's very whiny. Probably the most whiny female character I've ever read. And I haven't read, you know, the Iron Fae, the Iron King, Daughter, Queen. I haven't read any of those. So I've heard a lot of things that character's kind of the same. But I just don't like Nora. She's way too whiny. She doesn't think with her head. She just kind of does stuff. And there's always a problem. Like, you can't do anything on your own. What's wrong with you? Like, come on, get it together. Ugh. My favorite book. Okay. I have a lot of favorite books. But if I had to narrow it down to my top ones, probably give me like 4 books. So Memoirs of a Geisha, I love that book. The movie was okay. I love that book. It's like a really kind of thick book, but it's just amazing. It's beautiful. Anytime I want to like just dive into like a world where it's just kind of like, you know, beautiful and romantic and the setting is just wondrous and the descriptions in that book are just unbelievable. I love it. Another one is my favorite dystopian, one of my favorite dystopians, I guess I should say, is 1984 by George Orwell. And I know a lot of us had to read that book for school, and I didn't. I chose not to read it because I don't necessarily like when teachers force books on kids. I think that teachers should maybe give a couple books, you know, if they're going to talk about dystopians, give them a couple books and let like the kids choose, and then just talk about like general topics like what's wrong with this world, blah blah blah, or put people in groups. Don't force kids to just read one book, because that's how I think a lot of people don't like to read, is because they were forced into it rather than them experience it for themselves. But 1984 is an amazing dystopian novel. If you guys haven't read that book, please do. It's a little mature, but I do like that book a lot. It's scary. Like, you have to think about it. Like, that is really realistic, the way that things go down in that book. So I really like that one a lot. That's a great book. Another one is my classic romance kind of adventure novel, which is The Princess Bride. That's a great movie and a great book. I just loved it. It was funny. It was adventure. There was always something going on. There was no dull parts. Yeah, I like that book a lot. And I love the movie. I lost my movie here. I'm actually pretty sad. But every time I see it on like HBO or something, I have to watch it. My boyfriend didn't like it. He was like, "What is this? It's corny." I'm like, "That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be corny. It's supposed to be so corny that's funny." Ugh. Anyway, and the last one is The Maze Runner. That is actually one of my other favorite dystopian novels. I love that book. It's really good. So, that's the tag. I know I kind of like smiled and rambled a little, but I tag a bunch of people. I take anybody who watches this. If you want to do it, you know, go with it and everything. And I'm going to put other people that I tag down below. These are people that I want you to do it. So down below, if you see your name, remember me. I tagged you if you haven't already done this. Okay? All right. See you guys. Bye.